A local family is honored for their decades of supporting WNCC Athletics. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Western Nebraska Community College hosted an open house in the Learning Commons Friday evening to honor the latest inductees into their WNCC Athletic Hall of Fame. Cougar men's basketball all-time scorer Bernard Gardner, class of 1995, and Neil and Laura Blumenkamp were this year's honorees. WNCC Athletic Director Ryan Bergner said the Blumenkamp family has been tremendous boosters for Cougar athletics for years, and their children, Spencer, Brooke, and Tanner, were on hand to represent the family.
We appreciate everything they've done around the community. It's not just WNCC what they've done. They do around the community, just everything they do for youth, other organizations. They're amazing people. They're amazing supporters of this community, and it's an honor that we're able to induct them into the Cougar Athletic Hall of Fame.
And Chris Cottrell will have more on Bernard Gardner's induction later on during sports. Well, a 41-year-old Gering man is in custody after reportedly causing approximately $5,000 worth of damage after spray painting the Essential Fuels building and several cars parked there. Eli Aguilar was arrested late Wednesday night after Scottsbluff officers were dispatched to the gas station after an employee reported the vandalism. Officers were reviewing surveillance footage when Aguilar walked out of the bathrooms wearing the same clothing as the suspect in the video. He was taken into custody and was arraigned on 4 criminal mischief charges Friday morning in Scottsbluff County Court. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
I have a lot of friends that work at Runza. I meet so many new people. I just like talking to people. I like making their day. It puts the biggest smile on my face.
Welcome back. A Nebraska Army National Guard captain with ties to the Panhandle has announced he's running for state auditor. Larry Anderson of Gering, who is currently deployed overseas with the Army's 734th Combat Support Sustainment Battalion, made the announcement in an email late last week. Anderson was a graduate of Gering High School and received an associate's degree in business administration accounting at Western Nebraska Community College before obtaining bachelor's and master's degrees in business administration at UNL. In his announcement, he says he anticipates his unit will return to the States sometime this summer and believes he's had a unique experience in leadership roles as well as accounting experience along the way. Well, Clean Harbors officials say they are hopeful for approval of their application to build a second new incinerator unit at their facility south of Kimball. The company applied for the construction permit last August and in November received a variance to install approximately 300 below-grade concrete construction piles that would provide structural support for the new buildings that would be part of the expansion. Spokesman Jim Buckley says when completed, the new rotary kiln with secondary combustion chamber, gas conditioning system and air pollution control train would add 70,000 tons of annual disposal capacity to the existing facility. Buckley says the permit application is subject to the regulatory process fully running its course, but indications to the company have been that it will likely be fully approved sometime in the second quarter of this year. And Wyoming Department of Corrections Director Dan Shannon says the state's prisons are having a hard time hiring and keeping staff. The department has lost 173 more correctional officers than it has hired over the past 7 years. That includes a net loss of 56 in 2021. The Wyoming State Pen in Rawlins has taken the hardest hit, but the Women's Center in Lusk has also had trouble recruiting and retaining staff in recent years. Department spokesman Paul Martin says the most common reason correction staff leave is for better career opportunities. Retirement is the second most cited reason. Well, still to come, Bill Boyer with your weather and Chris Cottrell with your sports. KNB.TV News will be back right after this.
My name is Angela and I'm with Langer Industrial Services. There's a huge technology part in metal, just with all the programs we use, running the scale and paying people all the software. He does 24/7 ransomware monitoring, making sure the programs run smoothly, making sure everything's running properly. So it's nice to have Jeremy there to call when things go wrong. He's always there right away. Within 30 minutes he shows up.
ERH Technology Solutions, we make technology work for you.
Are new windows from Renewal by Andersen a great investment? You're darn right they are. Did you know that for less than your cable bill or cell phone bill each month, you could have new windows from Renewal by Andersen right now? Do the math. Renewal by Andersen windows will likely cut your energy bills significantly. They will likely substantially increase the value of your home. They're a great investment. Please contact our team now and ask about our fantastic financing options with approved credit right now. Renewal by Andersen, a great investment? You're darn right.
It doubles every 2 minutes. How long?
Hey, Dad. We're going for a run.
Okay. You're gonna go together?
That's what we means.
Okay. Well, just be careful. Make sure you're not running alone. Stay on the sidewalk. Watch for cars. Don't talk to strangers.
Another virus was blocked? What are you doing?
Are you listening to me? All right? Because when it comes to safety, nobody knows safety better than me. Be careful out there.
Are you doing an online quiz?
Yeah. This one's gonna tell me my IQ, which I've always wanted to know, because it's a mystery.
I'm guessing it's very low because all these quizzes are for is to get your passwords for everything.
Oh, is that right?
How do you not know that?
How do you know that?
How long have you been doing these quizzes for?
How old are you?
11?
11 years.
How do you not know how old I am?
Because that's a long time, 11 years, to remember stuff.
All right, well, we're gonna go for a run and watch for cars and strangers, and you change all your passwords so your identity isn't wiped out.
Bit dramatic.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to be dealing with windy conditions here early this evening. The sun is out, but that's about the only good news we've got is winds are very gusty. They'll decrease as we go through the overnight hours. Then by tomorrow, we're going to bring in partly to mostly cloudy skies, much colder conditions on the way. Accumulating snow looking likely. Heaviest bands of snow are going to be to our south. 58 yesterday after a morning low of 17. Very nice conditions yesterday. It was nice today with the exception of the wind. Nothing in the rain gauge. This will be where we end January, right at 7/10. So almost double what we would ordinarily have to start the first month of the year. Milder temps are still out there, 40s and 50s for most of us here in the region. A few upper 30s snuck in there, 27 at Laramie. It looks like 50 in Mullen, 51 Valentine. There's a 37 right now, though, in Lusk, that colder air just off to our northwest. And winds, yeah, they're still there, howling out of the west-northwest at 15, 20, 25, gusts 45, close to 50 at times, over 50 in some locations. We've had gusts as high as 60, 65 miles an hour today. It is a very windy afternoon, and that's driving those wind chills down into the 30s. Well, let's take a look at what we've got going on. Let's start off here first with tomorrow. We do have winter weather advisories that are out. The only exception is here in Laramie County and portions of Albany County. That's where we do have a winter storm watch in effect. Now, the only difference is there's some concern inside that little area there that we may be dealing with heavier bands of snow, so possible that there may need to be some upgrades in those areas. Everybody else, though, under winter weather advisories, they start late tomorrow and they go through early Thursday morning. This is a wide swath. Look at this. This is a large chunk of the central portion of the country incorporated by this. We've got winter weather advisories, winter storm watches all the way down into central Texas, through most of Oklahoma, into portions of Missouri, up through Illinois and the Great Lakes region. Again, notice, though, this system diving to the south, and that's what's going to take the majority of the snow is along this track, and that's why we're dealing with kind of a donut hole here where there's going to be some snow, but this area in Nebraska, a large portion of Nebraska, likely going to miss out on the heavier snows with this system. Dealing with partly cloudy skies, temps around 21. On the way home, could be dealing with a few flurries. 31 your expected temperature on the way home, so much colder than where we were today. Futurecast tonight stays pretty quiet. Winds are strong early. They decrease late, and we start to see some clouds get in here towards daybreak. Lows overnight going to be primarily teens and low 20s out there. Now tomorrow is when we start to get more active. Throughout the day, we start to bring in more clouds. Snowfall chances are going to hold off till afternoon and most likely after dark. And you'll notice the snow banding there across southeastern portions of Wyoming into adjacent portions of western Nebraska. And through early Wednesday morning, we continue to see the snow hold on here across the region. What looks like high temperatures tomorrow are going to be much colder than today. 20s and 30s is all. And what are we looking at for snow totals? We're going to show you a couple of 3 different scenarios. This is one of our forecast models. It's putting out an inch or 2 of snow for a large portion of the region. Notice those higher amounts right around Cheyenne. This is one of the forecast models. This one, I think, has a slightly better chance of being where we're going to end up at, somewhere in that 2 to 4 inch range, 1 to 2 inches for a large portion of the region. Heavier amounts, again, from Cheyenne over into portions of Kimball County. The American model, somewhat similar, keeping those 2 to 4, 3 to 6 inch totals down around the Kimball, Sydney area. Heavier amounts over towards Cheyenne. Again, where we ultimately end up with, you'll notice there's quite a gradient, though, outside of that, because as we move off to the south or the east, you'll notice the snowfall comes to an end across central portions of Nebraska. Partly cloudy, windy early, winds 25, 35, gusts to 50, decreasing to 5 to 10 later tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be turning mostly cloudy, maybe a break in the sun or clouds early, otherwise clouding up. A few flurries are possible by afternoon. Most of the snow is going to hold off till after dark. Moderate snow accumulations are possible, especially in southern portions of the area. Look at Wednesday's high at 17. And we're going well below 0 on Wednesday night. We warm up a bit Thursday. And then for Friday and Saturday of the KNEB Farm and Ranch Expo, conditions back to near 40 Friday and into the 40s on Saturday, and holding in the 40s to near 50 as we start the early portions of next week.
This is John. He's not an actor or a director. Can you tell? He calls himself a steward of the land. And by the looks of the way he nurtures his little corner of the earth, it's safe to say he's the real deal. John runs with us on a John Deere 3 Series tractor because you can never underestimate the value of a little tractor time. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more. wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
It happens every 5 years. We're talking the WNCC Athletic Department. Over the weekend, the department ushering in some new Hall of Fame inductees. On Friday night, it was the Hall of Fame ceremony at Cougar Palace. WNCC recognizing distinguished program supporters. Ryan covered Neil and Laura Blumenkamp earlier on today's newscast. On the actual basketball side of things, it was 1990 star Bernard Garner getting inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm not going to be up here long because I don't like to talk very much. But I just like to, it's a great honor for me to be here tonight. And I just like to say it was great for some of the supporters that supported the program that Susie Campbell had here at the university. And it's a great honor for me to be here and have my kids here as well. And thank you guys very much.
Garner is the men's all-time leading scorer with over 1,300 points. He averaged just under 17 points per game in his 2 seasons up at WNCC. After leaving the Cougars program, Garner went on to become one of the top 2-year scorers in history for the University of Nebraska. With the Huskers, he averaged 10 points a game as a senior in Lincoln. On the floor Friday, the Cougar squads earned a split against Otero before both teams picked up wins on Saturday over Trinidad State. The schedule for this week puts the women and men at McCook on Friday, and the men play at North Platte then on Saturday. Let's get to prep basketball coverage. We had plenty for you over the weekend. Gering got a sweep over Baird Thursday. Then it was another home doubleheader sweep on Friday as both teams picked up wins against Alliance. It was all Gering in that girls matchup. They got 23 points from Sydney Winkler. The home dogs winning it big, 49-29, as they get to 2 games over 500 at 9-7 now on the season. The boys game, quite a thriller. Featured Gering rallying from down double digits at halftime to beat Alliance 60-55 as sophomore Uriah Wybera led Gering with 21 points. Both Gering teams will be at Torrington coming up tomorrow night. Coverage on KMOR 93.3. Also over the weekend, a couple other doubleheaders. Bridgeport swept games from Hershey at home on Friday, and then Saturday it was Baird hosting Bridgeport. The Bridgeport girls rolled, no issues for the Lady Dogs, 63-32, as Ruthie and Olivia Loomis Girdle combined to score 39 points. Baird got 10 each from Jocelyn Hopkins and Lexi Fiskus. In the boys game, Bridgeport led throughout, but never quite put things away until late in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs win it 58-48 as Braxton Swires and Colby Lassetto scored 16 each. Baird got 17 from Ben Sauer in the loss. Both teams are gearing up for the Western Trails Conference tournaments this week. That will do it for today. The latest from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the great big small bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United Miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, thousands of dollars were donated and pledged during the annual Rural Radio Scottsbluff Radiothon for the United Way of Western Nebraska Thursday. With volunteers manning the phones at the call center inside Main Street Market, the all-day event raised more than $5,400 from donors. Towards the end of the day, Panhandle Co-op Marketing Director Susan Wiedemann announced the cooperative's board had voted to match their employees' Pace Center contributions and presented a check for more than $3,000. Nearing the end of the current campaign, $320,000 is the overall fundraising goal for the Scottsbluff-based organization, with the northern part of the organization that serves Box Butte and Dawes counties having a goal of $92,500. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.